Okay, September 23. This is take 2. There's the rear radiator. We decided instead of going with the riv nut and having to bend something and making some heavier flat type stock, we wanted to go with something a little different. So I showed you this one in another video, another chassis clamp. It's not quite as low profile as this one here. It's got the little 6mm bolts. These are, I think, 8mm bolts, or maybe 10s. I'm not sure, whatever. So they hang down a little further. Hey, if we keep it on the track, we shouldn't have no problem. I don't see that there's any racetrack rough enough that's got bumps this big in it. So even Grattan, as bad as it gets, was never that bad. So good and strong, tight. We're just mocked up with our piece of hex stock tie rod that we busted off the tap in. So it's just mock up right here. We'll take the old shifter arm from the 80cc setup that came on this cart, and we'll whack a piece of this off. And what this does with it all the way down is it allows us to move that clamp further back and then you know, adjust the tie rod up, and we can actually move this, adjust it. Yeah, man, adjust it a little bit in case if it's not comfortable or something, or we need to move it, you know, we can work it. So there you go. We'll keep this one short. Part 3, we're going to bring you part 4 on when it's done, and us start moving on with the hoses and the water pump and all that stuff. But just kind of wanted to show you how we came up with this. You know, everything when you start doing this kind of stuff, everything is up for change or recalculating, right? Like your GPS tells you. This just ended up being, I think, a better idea. And it just hit me when I was over there looking for something. I was actually looking for a wrench, and I looked at that box and I looked at that clamp and I thought, you know what? Will it fit in there? Will it fit between that weld? And of course, it kind of fit in, but when you bolted it down, it wouldn't rotate. So I actually had to grind one side of it, the whole side of it down, about almost 1/8 of an inch, a little less than 1/8 of an inch. Hit it rough here, smoothed it up there, and got it right up tight against this bearing hanger so it was able to move. And then the rest of it was just figuring out what we wanted to do, you know. And it ends up, you know, looking at this here and how strong and stout it will be with 3 like little number 10 bolts here, 3 number 10 bolts there. We could drill tap. We're probably going to put nylocks on the back side. You won't see them. That'll be so good and strong. It really makes me think we overthought a little here. But that's our base. And we want that unshakable, unmovable. You know, that's really gonna dictate if this thing ever comes loose, right? Or gets crazy. This is just an extra support. This is just added support to keep it off the tire, you know, to keep it. But it's really not doing any weight bearing. That's why we can get away with a piece of 1/8 inch 6061 T6 and bolt it together. Now I'm telling you, that'll be good and strong. So I'm happy with where we're headed. Tomorrow it'll be done and we'll be moving on, and we'll get you a clip of that and where we're headed next with the old project cart. Hang in there, y'all. Godspeed. God bless. I'm praying for you. Hang in there, man. It'll get better. She's coming around. She's coming around.